We moved into a different apartment.
Dyeing my hair pink again. Glasses. Good morning, everyone. Haven't seen you in a while. I'm finally filming a vlog, I guess. I guess it would be a vlog. Like, many things are happening in my life right now, so I think it should be documented. And also, the information I will share might help people who are also immigrants in other countries just to be more careful and stuff. But now it will be about a good thing, which is a hike that we are going to. It's very close to Podgorica. Like, if we walked from here, that would be under 2 hours. But I'm now going to a meeting point where I will meet. Okay, thank you. Where I will meet other girls. I guess those are girls who are coming with me. I know only one of them. Yeah. And we'll go by car. I don't know until where exactly, but at some point we are going to hike. So I want to film it because I think like around 2-3 weeks ago I went on a hike. It was farther from Podgorica and it was so challenging at times. You know, when the hike is challenging enough, when you get to the top of the mountain or whatever, it feels more rewarding and pleasing than just a usual hike. Yeah, but it was quite dangerous. You can check out my short video about it because I haven't filmed like a full vlog. So yeah, check out if you are planning to go on hike, because I also give some kind of advice which you can take with you to make sure that you are safe and you feel more or less comfortable, I guess. I came earlier, so I have some time to tell you about the tips that I've concluded for my short hiking experience. Because the previous hike was, as I said, a bit unexpectedly challenging. That's a good word. So I've really taken much experience from that one. The first thing you need to remember that you need much water. I think it's 2 liters minimum per person for a hike, and then you need something to snack with, like the protein bars or some muesli bars are the best one because are the best ones because they are small but they give you like much energy. And what I also buy, those are fruit purees with muesli or with like porridge, let's say, because it's also like good package. You can take it anywhere and it's super easy to eat during like hiking even. Then about clothing, what I was recommended was to wear several layers. So if you get hot or you get cold, you can take on or take off something, because for example, if you wear a super warm sweater and a t-shirt, then most probably you wouldn't be able to take off the sweater and to just walk around in your t-shirt, because that would be too cold. So you need something, you know, in between, but for example 3 layers, not 2. And that was actually very helpful because the last time we hiked, I think at the end of January, so the weather is changing a lot and many layers really help. And also you need to wear something windproof. So this time I'm wearing this jacket, which is I think perfect for hiking. And about shoes, unfortunately I do not have like hiking shoes, but if you don't have them as well but you have something to choose from, I would go with a more solid shoe, because for example my shoe is like running shoe and you see this part is very pushy, so it's not good for hiking actually. And if you know that hiking is challenging, I wouldn't go for running shoes at all. But you know, there are shoes for like very fast running and they're not that pushy, so you can wear those ones. One tip that I learned on my own experience from the last hike is that you might need the gloves actually, because at that mountain that we hiked last time, there were so many bushes with thorns, and I was taking out those thorns for days after the hike, and that was absolutely terrible and painful. And I was like crying because I'm like, oh my god, I cannot take off this fucking thorn from my finger. Yeah, it was very disappointing. So gloves also recommended if you hike like in the spring or in the autumn when the leaves fall down, you know. Okay, so we've already hiked half of the route, surprisingly. Sounds like a good plan. The hike is okay. The route is also fine. О, тут уже начинает цвести.
Let's continue this vlog. I promise to share more news, what's going on in my life. And as you can see in the background, we moved into a different apartment. That's a very interesting story, and I think that we can use this story as an example of what to be careful with when you live in Montenegro. So unexpectedly, our landlady asked us to move out, and she warned us about it less than 30 days before the date that she asked us to move out. We were super shocked because she never mentioned anything about it. So we were super shocked. You can imagine when you're an immigrant in a different country, losing your home like this, like just in 1 month, is very unexpected and very sad, I should say, because I loved that apartment, even though it was quite uncomfortable in terms of mental health to live there, because the landlady lived on the second floor and she was, you know, pushy all the time, like, come to my apartment, come drink coffee with me. Oh, you can't? No, you can give up your work and come to my apartment, drink coffee. That's what she did all the time. And I think we reached the point when my husband and I, we just started to avoid her and literally hide from her, because she was very persuasive and she didn't want to hear no or anything. Okay, so we started to look for a new apartment. We realized that we would need to spend more money, because in Montenegro, if you want to move to a different apartment, you need to make 3 payments, first, last month, and deposit. So surprisingly, unexpectedly, we found a very cheap apartment in a good neighborhood, without any mountains or climbing the stairs, etc. So we got lucky. But another thing that we still need to climb is the 6th floor where we live, because there is no lift, like there is no elevator in the building. But it's all right, I enjoy the neighborhood. I like that there are shops very close to our apartment and you can basically go anywhere. And well, I think it would take approximately the same amount of time that it was before with our previous apartment. So yeah, now we live here. During our last days in the previous apartment, our landlord started to do some pretty weird things. Like, she took out the table and the chairs that stood. That's the dishwasher. That's actually the first time in my life when I have it, which is quite cool. I don't know. She just randomly took the chairs and the table that was standing outside of our apartment that she gave to us on the day when we moved in. And that was like, the last straw when I realized that she wouldn't have an adequate dialogue with us. That's why we decided to move out earlier, and we left her the deposit so that she pays for everything that we left to her. Now she's super unhappy about that, together with the real estate agent. And yep, I feel sad for them, literally, but I think that that's what they deserved, both of them, because I think at one point I started to think that both of them made it on purpose to make us move out, so that the real estate agent has 2 more deals, more money. I don't know what's the advantage for the landlord. Maybe she didn't want to give us the deposit and stuff, and she just wanted to get more money from a new tenant. So whatever. The things that I concluded from this story is that be careful with the contract that you sign, because when all the situation happened, I started to check the contract that we signed to see what rights I have, and literally the notarized contract didn't mention anything that would be about us. The contract only mentioned like the things that, for example, in case we move out before the end of the contract, then the landlord keeps the deposit. But it didn't work the same way for us. For example, if she makes us move out earlier than the end day of the contract, she does nothing. So what I really recommend you to do is to discuss with your real estate agent the point that you're going to include in your contract, so that you feel protected. Another thing is obvious, I think it's super obvious, but that's what I usually forget to do, is to film a video, to take pictures of every corner of the apartment on the day when you move in. And when something breaks down, you immediately inform your landlord. That would be the greatest thing to do, so that you have more chances to get your deposit back. But another thing that you need to remember about Montenegro is that no one actually wants to give you your deposit back, and they will find all the possible ways not to do so. go and check some locations for my future photo shoots, but I can't because it's raining. So I have no choice but to stay at home, and what I'm doing now actually is researching some culture topics for my future videos, because this year I was inspired by a blogger who bases all her, posts, articles on different researches that she's studying. And I thought that for my YouTube channel, it's also like the time has come that I start doing a deep research, because I've been mainly focused on my experience and some facts when I'm sharing, for example, prices in Latvia in 2024, etc. So those are just facts that I'm taking from different websites, like online shops and stuff. And for me, as a person who actually likes studying and stuff, I decided that it's time to make something more valuable with deep research, and hopefully something that can educate people. My initial idea was to make a video called like how to understand, for example, Chinese people, or how to understand French people, and this like longer video to give all the aspects connected with their culture. But I guess that it could be too much for a person who is not ready to get all the details and information in one video. So for me now it makes more sense to divide this long imaginary video into smaller parts. For example, now I'm reading about Chinese family, and it is also connected with the type of Chinese culture, etc. So maybe I will start with that, because obviously family has a huge influence on us when we are growing, and I think that it can help a lot in understanding people, because family relationships, how they treat each other, how they even think about things, whether it's like an individual culture or not. So it influences many things, really. So that's what I'm gonna do today, probably. I also forgot to tell you like the worst story ever, that like apart from moving out from our apartment, is that I was eating one of my favorite chocolate bars here. I'm just looking for an evidence. Yeah, it's here. Okay, so I oh my god, this story is just something. So I've been eating this chocolate. I will show it somewhere here. This chocolate bar. I love this bar. I love this chocolate bar with this flavor. So I buy it sometimes, let's say. And I've been eating a piece of chocolate, and at one point I was like, oh, it's like a gummy, I'm chewing gummy. And then I realized that there is no gummy in this chocolate bar. And what I'm taking out of my mouth after that? Correct, piece of fucking rubber. Oh my god, I have no idea how it ended up to be in the chocolate bar, but that was very unexpected. I was like, oh my god, I could have swallowed it, I was so shocked. I didn't know how to react, because it's like a chain of things that happens all in a row, and you start to feel like Montenegro hates you in all the aspects, even though this is a Serbian chocolate bar, but it's distributed here. So well, I have no idea, but I really feel like for the past 2 months that this country hates me. So I'm like, okay, I will complain. I checked the email that was on the package of this chocolate bar, and I was like, hey guys, there is a piece of rubber in your chocolate bar. Like, how could it happen? And actually they came back to me the answer that, oh my god, blah blah blah, like we are very sorry and stuff. And then they were like, okay, can you send us a piece of chocolate that you've eaten? And by that time I didn't have any chocolate left, and I was like, I have this piece of rubber, most probably it still has chocolate on it, so you can check it somehow. And they were like, okay, yeah, please send it to us to a neighboring city in Montenegro. I'm like, okay, will do. So I will send this piece of rubber to them, and I will wait on the results of for the results of this expertise or analysis, whatever, because I really expect them to give me like an annual amount of chocolate, because I almost swallowed this rubber piece, and I'm not happy about it at all. Obviously, I'm not. Obviously, I'm not imagining it or anything, because it's like it's quite hard not to notice a piece of rubber in any other, like food and stuff. So I'm waiting on the results. Yeah, my life has been very interesting lately. Dyeing my hair pink again. I don't even want to try to bleach my hair myself. Maybe at the hairdressers, but just to dye them pink, I think it sounds safe. We'll see in 20 minutes. So here we go. The color became brighter. I also had some yellow hair here because the paint washed out, and now it looks better. And I also colored these roots, but with this light it doesn't seem as if they are colored or whatever. I mean, like, it looks okay. It looks okay. I also had like a new haircut at the hairdressers because I suddenly decided to cut my hair myself. It's not even a mistake. In English, I mean, so now my hair is the shortest they've ever been, and I love it so much. Yeah, and the color is good now, I think. So yep. Oh my god, you will not believe what I finally found in the grocery store. Oh my god, I had this mood for Asian food, and I really wanted to make noodles at home. And my husband and I, we went to a grocery store, and I was already, ready to buy these Polish noodles that is supposed to be ramen, but the only ramen thing there is the name of these noodles on the package. And I went to that section where they sell these Asian sauces, stuff like that. And what I found, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. I cannot express how happy I was, because this noodle is something else. It's extremely spicy and hot, but at the same time it's so extremely delicious that I can forgive this noodle for the spiciness and stuff like that. So if you are based in Montenegro and you've been looking for this kind of noodle, you can buy it in I think it's Hyper Volley, that is located near Big Fashion. It's expensive, like $2.50 for one pack. I saw a cheaper one in Serbia, for example. So yeah, but I mean, oh my god, slay. That's a huge slay, because I will have the best lunch ever today, and I will have it for the next 3 days. Параллельно снимаю влог на YouTube.
О, какая ты молодец.
У тебя такой красивый он, прям такой яркий.
Да, класс.
Today is my day off, but I have so many things to finish. The first thing that I did was sending the final rent to our landlord. It's like the third final payment. So I feel safe now that it's our apartment. We have the contract, we have paid everything we needed, so it's good. I also had this meeting with the girl that we will have a photo shoot with. And now you remember that story about chocolate? I'm sending the sample of the chocolate, aka that piece of rubber, to that distributor, I guess, in the neighboring city. We'll see what the results will be. I don't have the original package, and I'm not sure if they will consider this piece of rubber as a real thing, but we'll see. They promised to send me the results of this analysis to my home address. That's very interesting. That's very interesting. Montenegrin tea, aka tea bag, but it's alright, we got used to it. But shot of milk. Have you seen it before? It's very funny. Yeah, she's saying it's common. So, блин, как интересно сказать за ваше здоровье. Cheers. Живли. Yeah, живли. Montenegrin hot dog. You see? My sandwiches. They charged me $2.50 instead of $4.50. I don't know why, but whatever. It seems as if I found perfect location for our photo shoot, because all those trees have just started blooming, and that's absolutely amazing. I've already been here today, so I came to get my camera. Класс.
Так, и сейчас прямо.
Да. У тебя еще такой прям вид, ты прям под машину идеально подходишь, просто вообще.
Situation. I was planning to buy a desk because in this apartment we only have this dining table and this coffee table, and they are both impossible to work at. So I was like, okay, let's find a cheap desk or like table, whatever. I found one on Facebook. I contacted that person because it was kind of, like a small company that was doing different kind of furniture, etc. I was like, yeah, I want to buy this table. Could you deliver it to this address? And they were like, yes, of course. Tomorrow morning we will do so. Nobody came the next day, and I was like, okay, Montenegrin people, thank you very much. And yeah, I was like, okay, I will not buy a desk. And now my husband sent me a message that there is a table in the hall of our house on our floor. Please take it home. I'm like, okay. So I think that my husband bought that desk that I was trying to buy for me without any warning. I don't know what kind of desk that is, so let's look together. Oh yes, that's almost like that one, but with a different wood, if it's wood. I'm not sure how I am supposed to unpack it or put it together. Here it is, the table. Oh God, what's this thing for? Okay. Hopefully I can put it together manually, because the only things it has, this stuff, this and this. Oh my God, I cannot believe that I will have a desk, because I haven't had a desk in a while now. I'm just not sure how That's the table. I guess so. The table looks very nice. I put it here. Well, it is still not fully fixed, you know, fully set. I'm waiting for my husband to come home to do it, but I already like it because I will look out of the windows while working, and tomorrow I have lots of work to do, and I'll be doing it at my desk finally. That's amazing. The only problem is this coffee table because there is not so much space in here, and it doesn't fit the room, and I want to take it out, but there is no space for it, not in the hall nor in the bedroom, so I'm quite confused. Long time no see, guys. I already got used to our new apartment completely. Now I'm going to the grocery store to buy some ingredients to make a birthday cake, because tomorrow is my husband's birthday, and I think for the past several years we've had this tradition that I make this honey cake, which in Russian is medovik, for his birthday. So this year I'm doing the same thing. Here ingredients for this cake is quite expensive. Yesterday I've bought all the dry ingredients, and now I'm going to buy some, you know, cream, sour cream and stuff, and it will be also super expensive. And the hard part can be that, oh my god, it's so sunny, that I need to find something not super sour, because the products that I've mentioned, they differ from what we got used to and what we usually add to this cake. So we'll see. Yeah, today I'll be preparing it. I'll show it to you. I also need to think about decor. I bought the candles, of course, but we'll see what else I can add there. The weather is absolutely beautiful. It's 18 degrees, and I'm not wearing any jacket or anything, which is nice. So it's already evening. I've been working slash making the cake. Now I have, oh my god, this dough smells amazing. The dough, the cream is also ready. It's in the fridge. I had to go to the grocery store again because I didn't have any baking paper for baking. Whatever. So now will be the most repetitive part. I need to divide the dough into 10 pieces, and those will be my layers in my cake. Every layer needs to be baked separately. Well, they can be baked together if you have like a big stove and stuff, a big oven. I do not have the special tool that you use to spread the dough, you know, with such moves. But since I'm collecting garbage for recycling, like bottles and stuff, I have many glass bottles, and that what I will use instead of a usual tool that I think many people have at their homes, but I don't, because, well, I do not bake very often these days, so I do not have it. This one is perfect. So maybe in a second you will see the cake that is already cooked, baked, decorated. I envy you that it will happen that fast for you, but no, I'm actually joking, because I enjoy cooking very much. I enjoy making cakes very, very much, because I know that tomorrow morning I will enjoy eating it. So that's the good thing.
Задуешь свеч, и свой день рождения.
We are at the Russian presidential elections.
Давай еще
We've spent here more than, I don't know, 6 hours.
Мы играем в крокодила, ребят.
And the embassy is there somewhere.
Они меня не уважают, я для них шутка.
And I don't know how much time we will need to spend more here to actually go there and vote. But I don't know, we're just sitting here. And the line is endless.
А сейчас 8 часов в России.
Ah. The elections in Russia are over, and maybe that's the reason why people are shouting.
Люди не бревна, мне скажут, психушки запрут. Люди не бревна, но ее